Hey everybody, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program RP-0. We are finally rejoining our crew out here in low Earth orbit with the SKS-Heavy on station at Kawaii Protato Station. Last time we delicately maneuvered Nemo into the cargo bay and only scraped off a bunch of paint and dented a few panels, but that's okay. He's coming home for repair and retrofit anyway. The EVA here was to see if we had any KIS strut thingies on board in any of these crates so that maybe we could secure our cargo a little bit better. The answer is no. No, we do not. Smart me would have checked that before launching and stuck some in somebody's inventory or included a few crates so that we could have probably secured this cargo a little bit better. But it is what it is, and seeing as how we're here now, and we're absolutely not going to launch an orbital vehicle to bring up a couple of kilograms worth of attachment things, yeah, we're just going to have to go for it and hope that Apollo docking port is strong enough to hold Nemo in place while we make our deorbit maneuver and reentry procedure. They have completed their contract term length of days in Earth orbit, so now we are just waiting for Cape Canaveral to be underneath our orbital path, and we will go ahead and start our departure procedures here momentarily after a quick save. There is our undocking, and we'll start to pull ourselves away from Kawaii Protato Station. We've emptied as much of the resources from this thing as we possibly can. We stayed on station actually a little longer than anticipated, just to kind of help burn off some of the food, water, and oxygen that we had too much of. So this is absolutely going to end up being a near maximum, I guess, return payload, considering we have just topped off our life support in the shuttle cabin. Did I do that? I don't remember. It's been a couple of days. I should have. It would have been smart. And gotten rid of as much from Nemo as we can. We also have mostly a full tank of gas. We didn't really top that up. We didn't really need to. I don't think we actually touched in on our reserve OMS fuel. And all of the forward OMS fuel that is in the cockpit part is still locked, as yet untouched. So the instructions clearly state to vent the aft fuel tank before re-entry and then use it as balance, shifting fuel from the cockpit tanks into the aft tanks during re-entry to maintain balance. We'll see how well that goes for us. Anyway, there is our deorbit burn, just a little bit off, bringing our periapsis down to, 50 some odd kilometers. Yeah, right around 50 is where we would like to be. Because this vehicle is heavy, I would like to have aimed long, just to kind of help with our weight issues. We're going to vent the CO2, the waste, and the wastewater. It's on a suborbital path, so it'll all hit atmosphere and burn up, I'm sure. Anyway, so now we just have to flip ourselves around to the dark side of the planet, wait until we're pretty close to Atmo, and for KSP to load, we'll pull in our solar panels and get our nose into the wind and hopefully our chin facing down. We're going to aim for about a 45-degree deflection while we start our descent. We've brought up atmospheric autopilot. As soon as things become a little wonky, we're going to deactivate our SAS and turn on atmospheric autopilot to kind of handle some of these balancing bits for us. So I will open up our cockpit display and our rear fuel tank display so that we can try to keep things balanced. Right now going full aft because we want to keep our butt down and try to generate as much drag as we can. Like I said, we are coming in pretty heavy, so I had assumed that I would need to aim long because it would take a lot longer for aero forces to slow us down with the heavier weight of the vehicle. And right around 90 kilometers, 91 kilometers altitude, things started to get a little wonky, so we switched from SAS to atmospheric autopilot and burned off a thruster port, which was a little surprising. I don't remember that happening in initial testing, but it did make me quite scared for how heavy we're coming in. Just a quick check of our roll authority on the very outer ailerons and the mixed use inner control surfaces. I did give them a little bit of roll authority because I tend to need to maneuver and make a lot of very sharp turns very low in the atmosphere. With our nose pitch holding at about 40 degrees, we were able to avoid any actual overheat alarms on our RS-25 engines. During our simulated test run, we did actually get heat bar alarms on those, but thankfully we were able to avoid burning any of them off. And as we cross here over the Gulf of California, I've realized that we are not going nearly long enough. We should probably have about an extra kilometer per second or so of speed for this altitude. There's a pretty picture for you. If we're ever going to stand a chance of crossing the Gulf of Mexico and making it to Florida, and a quick moonrise on the coast as we aim into dawn. So very, very early on, the decision was made as we slowed down to about 3.5 kilometers per second while still knee-deep in Mexico, to divert north and try to aim for land. We have abandoned hopes of being able to hit Florida today, unfortunately, but we will just try to ride this coastline up into the United States somewhere. I don't know if they brought their passports or not, but we better not risk it. And bleed off a lot of speed with that turn. We're down to about 1.5, 1.6 kilometers per second. Still climbing, altitude about 43 kilometers or so. We're right near our top, and then we'll start our terminal descent. We're going to keep the nose up to about 20 degrees. We've reballasted some fuel around to help maintain this angle, although you can still see the pitch control is still going a little crazy, burning off some fuel. I'm 110% okay with more fuel being jettisoned out of whatever port it needs to go out of to make us a little bit lighter. SKS-Heavy was performing pretty well, actually. There was no moment where I didn't feel like I didn't have control of the orbiter, and everything did just kind of feel very solid, very nimble, thanks to our increased roll control a little bit there, but it may also have something to do with firing some thruster ports. Even at this low altitude, they might do a little something. Anyway, we're down to subsonic speeds now as we're getting closer to the ground, flying over some of these lakes, and looking for a runway. I think we're going to do an about face and shoot for that one over there. So a little bit of high G maneuvering in an orbiter with a whole lot of tonnage in the back. We'll go ahead and pull our about face and then get ourselves lined up for this runway. And well, for final approach, I guess I'll turn you over to a very terrified old me as we try to guide this thing home. Alright. Only 180 meters per second. Geared down. Locked. KSP garbage collection. I hope I'm actually aiming for the runway part of this. Alright, I would like to keep our vertical speed at touchdown at below -3 meters per second. Is kind of the rule we've come up with, but let's aim for the runway. 160 meter per second. Let's get the nose down, kind of preserve some of this speed for a last minute flare. All right, 150. Can we? Oh, a little much. Brakes. Oh, I really don't want to overshoot. Okay, whoa, 120. That's probably our stall-ish speed. All right, easy now. All right, -6. Easy now. We'll just preserve this 117 meter per second. -9, -10. That's like the terminal level. So flare, -2, whoa, no. Okay, come on. Please don't stall. Please don't belly flop. That was supposed to be a touchdown. Running out of runway very quickly here. 92 meters per second. -3, 2, -1. Preserve it. No. Oh, God. Oh. Oh, well, okay. We're on the ground. We're on the ground again. Oh, I didn't even know we bounced. Whoa. Alright, a little rough. We broke some things, but we're on the ground and everyone's alive. That's what matters. Everyone is alive. We can fix the dented things. Brakes. And full stop. Whew, recover vessel. Quickly, if you please, before this thing decides to explode on me. Hooah! And back here at the KSC, yep, no science. Next, wow, 171,490 funds recovered at 80.3%. And no one ranks up. We all get that. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. And I will see all of you in the next one. So until then, see you later.